Our lesson for today is modeling data with lines. Our objective is to assess the fit of a trend line on a scatter plot and to use trend lines to estimate and make predictions. We want you to open your books, page 335. In this part here, we need to read this part. Please mute your mic, Abdullah. Okay, now we have in this scatter plot association. As you know, this is positive association. Okay, why it's positive? Because when you move from left to right, it goes up. The page 335. Oh yes, okay, it's 340. Okay, so it's page 340. Okay, yeah, thank you. A trend line is this blue line. The blue line here, this trend line, is a line that we draw on a graph to approximate the relationship between data sets. Okay, and of course, if we don't have association, we will not be able to draw a trend line. We use this trend line to predict to make predictions about the values, the associated values. In this example here, we have a table relationship between the height of a tree and the circumference of the tree, and the scatter plot here represents these data. Of course, when we go from left to right, the scatter plot shows a positive linear association because from left to right, the points go up. So after that, we draw a line with positive slope and make that's approximated line. So that's not exactly the same number of points, but we will try to have the same number of points in both sides of the line. We should have the same number of points. We will try to do this, okay, in both sides of the line. In this case, this is the trend line. In the question, use a scatter plot to predict the height of a tree that has a circumference of 175. After drawing the trend line, it's easy to find 175. It's here, and go up and see the intersection point with the trend line, this point. It will be this place. So it will be between 75 and 100. This is about each time we take 25, so this is 12.5, approximately 87.5 or approximately 88 feet. Okay, so we don't have a value for this, but we use the trend line to do this. Now it's the time to do some exercise to understand more. Let's start with the vocabulary. Workbook page 100. If you know what is a trend line, let me know in the chat. Saud? Yes, what is trend line?
Can I answer, Mr.?
Saud is answering, but your voice is very low. Speak up, please.
The relationship between
Yeah, that's correct, but the sound is not clear. It's a line that you draw on a graph to approximate the relationship between data sets. Okay? So, this is the meaning of trend line. In example 1 in the same page, okay, I will give you 1 minute to plot all the points. We need the scatter plot. Okay, go ahead, guys. You have only 1 minute. Be quick. I'm waiting for you. Okay, Abdullah, I want you to do the plot, to do the scatter plot. Do you want the meaning of a trend line? It is a line you draw on a graph to approximate the relationship between data sets. Okay guys, I think now you have finished the scatter plot. Let's continue. So we have the data. The first step always is plot each data pair. This is, you're welcome. This is the first step. Always this is the first step. After that, we want to draw the line, the trend line. At first, in your scatter plot, is it positive or negative association? Linear or non-linear? I want someone to tell me if you have finished. Let me know in the chat so I can ask you. I want to know if it's linear or non-linear, if it's positive or negative association. No one? Okay,
Sir,
Abdullah.
it's negative.
It's
We-
negative?
No, positive.
Positive if from left to right it goes up.
Yes, positive.
So it's positive. Okay, now try to draw the trend line. Your graph will be approximately like this. These are the points. Try to draw the line. Okay, as you said, the plot points go up from left to right. So the scatter plot shows positive linear association. And after that, draw the line with positive slope and try to make the number of points above the point, the line, the same as the number of the points below the line. Okay, we have in the question, use a scatter plot to predict the number of stick leave days an employee who has worked 30 years will have available. Okay, so we want 30 years. Anyone have the answer? 30. This one.
May I answer, mister?
Okay, this is Mujtaba. Who's this?
Yes.
Okay, Mujtaba.
Which number? 30 years, right?
30 years, yes.
It will be 3,300.
It will be 300. Great. So 30 is associated with 300. So on the number of days, it's 300 days. Great. Thank you, Mujtaba. Okay, guys, let's move to the next.
Mister,
Yes.
how did you get 300?
Okay, from the graph. After you draw the line, go up from 30, and the intersection point with the line is this point. Can you see this place? This
Yes.
place? This place is 300 days. So this point is 30 and 300. So 30 is with 300 days. Okay? From the graph. This one is easier. In this question, we need to judge which one is better, this trend line on this trend line for the same scatter plot. So we have here two scatter, who's this? Who's this?
محمد عبد الباقي.
Okay, Muhammad. Okay, I want you after that to let me know first at the chat, so don't interrupt me. Okay, now you can answer. Okay, which one is better scatter which one is better trend line for the scatter plot? This
Just trend line.
J's trend line. Why?
Because the points are equal, because there are 4 points above the trend line and 4 points below the trend line.
Great.
Which is more approximately accurate.
Excellent, great work. So that's really the answer. J's trend line has about the same number of points above it and below it in the two sides of the line. So J's trend line appear to be better fit. Okay, so in this question we just judge which one is better. Let's move to the next. You have two questions and you have 3 minutes. Go. Draw. At first, draw the scatter, the graph, plot the scatter plot, the points, and after that, draw the trend line and try to find the height of the girl who is 9 years old from the graph, of course. And in this one, try to draw another line. Read the question and you have 3 minutes. When you finish, let me know in the chat. Okay, let's start with the first question, then I will give you one extra minute to solve the second question. Now I want someone to tell me the answer of the first one after you finish the graph. Great work, Ahmed. Can you, Ahmed, tell me the height of the girl who's
I
9 years
finished.
old? Ahmed Wael. Ahmed, can you hear me? Okay, how to do this, guy? Go from 9, that's before 10 here, and go up. You will find yourself in the intersection with this place, that's 50. Okay, so it's about 50. Always it's about, it's not accurate, it's not the exact answer, it's not the correct, the exact number. That's always prediction. So it's about 50. Thank you, Ahmed. Great work. In the the solution of question 2, you are going to draw a line with negative slope, and you will try to have the same number of points in both sides of the line. So your line will be like the red one here. Okay, finish question 2 and let's move to another page. Okay guys, let's move. Now in the workbook, page 275, page 275, and this time you will solve. I'm not going to help you. First one, plot each point and you'll get the scatter plot. And if it's possible, you will draw the trend line. How, guys? If it's possible, it will not be possible if there is no association, there is no relationship between the data, no clear relationship, there is no association. You can't draw a scatter plot in this case. Also, if you don't have a linear association, it will be not easy for you. But in the case of no association, you will never be able to draw the line. In nonlinear, you may draw a line. Okay, when you finish, let me know, so I will ask you to describe the trend in the first one. When you finish the first one, let me know, so I can ask you about the trend. Okay guys, that's too much for one question. No one? Is this
Me, mister.
okay? So describe the trend of the first one.
Positive and linear.
Great. So in the first one, it's positive association and it's linear association. Thank you. Okay, one extra minute for the second one. When you finish, let me know. And I want someone new, someone who didn't share. Abdullah Mubarak, are you here?
Yes, Master.
I miss you. Okay. Can you describe the trend in the second one?
It's increasing.
It's increasing, so it's positive also?
Positive.
Yes, it's positive also and linear also. Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys. I'll let you 1 extra minute to check your answer, and I will move to the next question. If you have finished, move to the next question. Start in this question, okay? Okay, let's move to question 3 and 4. In these two questions, find a better trend line that than the one shown. So I want another trend line better than this, better fit. Okay. Okay, Ahmed, but you will have a problem. How are you going to describe the line? Ahmed Al-Gannas, do you have any way to answer? This is graph. How can you show? So sorry, you can't give the answer because how, Hassan? Okay, Hassan, answer. What are you going to answer? The question is graph.
The third one, we will take the point 22 to 58 and rise up horizontally to the point, vertically to the point 32 to 69.
So
Can I answer it,
you will
Mr.
choose 2 points and join them. This is good idea. Great. You may choose 2
Yes.
points and join them, and make sure that you have the same number of points in the 2 sides of the line. Okay. I think the trend line which is better fit is this line. Okay, because in this case I have the same number of points in the 2 sides of the line. In the second one, as you can see here, there is many points in this place, in this side, and only 2 points in this side. So in this case, it's negative slope, and try to have the same number. Okay, so the trend line, it's not necessary to join 2 points. Just try to have the same number of points in both sides. Okay, guys, do you have any question?
No, Master.
Thank you, guys. That's the end of
Hello,
our
Mr.
presentation.